First game, Sunday ticket, round number 26 underway. And it is down to Crossland, who is wearing 9 on his back, just in from touch. Last tackle, Crossland will kick towards the posts. It'll come down 5 metres out. Great leap, we know how good he is. Fletcher Hunt, from the moment he came into first grade, this bloke has springs in his feet. Croker into the play. And Cogger will kick early in the set. From 30 out from his own line. Rolling, gets there! Great 40-20. And the Knights will go close to a second try right here, right now. Croker dummy half. Going out left, Cogger. McEwen was in position again. Best will take them on. Got the pass away. And Marju claims the try.
Well, this is the Harvey Norman replay. First it was set up there by Jack Cogger in the 40-20, and Greg Marju has just elevated himself outside the field of play. Beautiful flick pass here from Bradman Best in the right hand.
Under the crossbar here. Cronulla, Brayley, Vanua Blake rolls his way over.
The whole time when he saw that space inside Kai Pearce-Paul, he was coming back to his big front rower.
It's dynamic from Cronulla. Hines there on the last tackle. This is better. Trindle out to Militalo. Ronaldo scores in the corner. Oh, never doubt you, Ronaldo. Never doubt you. Sorry, apologies. Almost intercepted. Best did well. Knights have got their chance. Best doesn't look to his left, and Cogger loses the ball. With Kennedy up in his face, Cogger is still down. Both playmakers on the left side. Hines delivers. Talakai just storms over the line. Almost untouchable. Last tackle. Brayley, left side. Trindle for Kennedy. Double pump. Front over the top. Dive. Spectacular from Ronaldo. Brayley in front of the post. Hines goes short. Hamlin Willie spinning around, spinning his way over the line and held up. Right in front of the posts. Brayley to Hines. Hines on to Burns. Burns over the top. There is Harani. The Sharks have got another one. Now Frizzell. And then lost by Thompson. Surrounded by defenders. Newcastle, cheap turnover. Look out. Militalo's on his way. Hunter's a speedster. Kennedy looms up in support. Trying to turn Gagai inside out. Back for Militalo. Support everywhere. It's going to be a hat-trick. It's a hat-trick for Ronaldo. Watch out for the number 5. They go short to Colhoun. Ronaldo's been given licence. Bob up wherever you like. Right on the line. Slow it is for Brayley. For Hines, straighten up, he finds Ronaldo. I haven't seen that play before.
And he knocked it on.
Ronaldo. And that is probably, maybe it might be retired, that play. 5 from the line. Brayley. Caught, he'd love to get one against his brother's team. He offloads, and Elijah Salisa Lomoana has a first grade try. Well, he'll remember that one. His first ever. Brayley drops it off for Hines to run hard. He just couldn't stretch the arm out there. Brayley looks up to the right. On it comes, crash play. Hamlin Welle has a try for Cronulla. It is up Cronulla at Shark Park on the last day of winter. Cronulla remain a chance of the top 4. Sadly, Newcastle a chance of the wooden spoon.
Fitzy, the scoreboard looked pretty good. Was it that good a performance as well through your eyes?
Well, if you chop off the first 10 minutes and the last 10 minutes, yeah, it was all right.
What did you like about those 60 minutes in between most, Coach?
I felt we had a discussion around coming off the bye, what's important, what you got to get ready for. Like, you haven't played, the opposition, you know, as far as getting clear, and I know it's only a week, but sometimes you forget what the games are going to feel like. So we had a discussion around that, and sure enough, we got squared up straight off the bat there, and got a real quick reminder about what you need to be focused on and do. But what I liked about it was the response. Didn't get flustered, didn't worry about it. Now, you have a start like that, you can sometimes get in your own head, and I just like the way the boys didn't care. Just washed it and got back to business.
So you're not troubled by that? The first 10 minutes, given the correction, you just one off, move on?
Not really. If you have a look at the fashion, it was like, well, I think the first play took 20 plays to score from a kick defusal. Was it? I think it was like 20 plays or something, so no.
It's a bit of a blessing in disguise, Fitzy, that they had to, like, it wasn't just going to be comfortable this close to finals, when you consider, like, you've got a top 4 team next week in the finals that you actually have to work hard for it, if you know what I mean, today.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. I think, it's, with respect to everyone, like, this is tough to constantly talk about. I think you think because someone's not in the 8, it's an easy game. It's just not. Like, it's so hard. It's hard to keep wrapping the players what they have to go through week in, week out. Now, there's an assumption you play someone not in the 8, you'll smash them, or it's just so. Like, how many games do we have to see teams outside the 8 beat teams inside the 8 before we go? The NRL's hard, so it's just not a free hit. And I just felt like we got squared up and did something about it. To be honest, it was good.
How's Braden?
I'm not sure. Could have kept him playing, to be perfectly honest. I felt like he wanted to keep playing. We could have kept him playing, so I don't think it's too bad. But we felt like with what's ahead, like, why are we doing that? Yeah.
Except scans, I assume.
Oh, yeah. We'll obviously clear up what it is, but I don't think it's too bad. It looks like an ankle sprain, but which ankle sprain is it? It's the lateral ligaments by the looks of it, but we won't know until we get an MRI.
Blake, one from one as captain, you like that. Just talk to us about leading your senior club as a local junior for the first time and winning like that.
Yeah, it was obviously an emotional week for myself. I was really proud when Fitzy gave me the green light to lead the side, but my role is the same every week, and we got players in there who are leaders in their own right, and I had to lean on them throughout the whole week, and I thought the whole team stepped up, which made my job a lot easier.
Fitzy, your bench, Siffer came on, scored a try. Hazo was basically denting the line every time he took on the Knights. What are your thoughts on them? I just thought they were really good in that back half.
Yeah, you don't get it all your own way. I thought the starters were defending the whole time for their stint, which was obvious. So I thought, Siffer, Braden, Siffer, Braden, Tommy made a real difference. And then with the one half model, when we took Tricky off, I thought Hep Puru was really good as well. So got some flexibility there on some big guys off the bench, and that's what you want out of them. You want them to make a difference, to shift energy in your team's favour. And I thought they did that really well today, and obviously we all know what a player Siffer is as well. Like, to play centre at his level, back row at his level, middle at his level, he's a player. But I thought the whole bench were pretty good today.
Craig, you've sealed a home final now. How important is that going to be in the finals?
Have we? Yeah, we weren't. Have we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know. We are. I haven't really thought about anything around that yet. We're just focused. It's so. I think I said it a couple of days ago. It's so cliche. We've got to perform right now, and what's next is we've got the Dogs in 6 days. They're off a long turnaround. We've got 6 days. We've got to get back up and go perform, whatever happens after that. But yeah, that's nice to know. Yeah, we'll take that.
Fitzy, by the time you play next Saturday, you will know whether a top 4 spot is available. Will you consider resting guys if that comes? I know there's limitations to that given the team list has to be out Tuesday, but is that something you look at, or do you still go full steam ahead next week?
No, I don't. I haven't. Again, to not be ignorant, it's not deliberate. I'm just focused on us. I don't know what the scenario is that needs to play out, which I will look at this week, which is obvious. But by the time you get down to that last 24 hours, you only got 19 to choose from anyway. So you got 22 to start the week. By the time 24 hours comes, which we're on Saturday, so there's Friday games, you've only got 24 hours to choose whether you're going to rest 2 blokes at best. So we'll weigh that up next couple of days. But no, we just had a bye.
Yeah.
We just had a bye, but we feel like we need to play well. Yeah.
Craig. I think you've won 6 out of your last 7. You're sort of building the momentum that you want into the finals.
Yeah, it feels like it's compared to the mid-period, we actually had a target. We come in, we looked at the 6-week buys, the 6 week between buy to buy, and thought we weren't playing the way we wanted to play, and we thought if we got 4 out of 6 out of those games we'd be all right. We got 5 out of 6, and then the other side of the buy, which has not served us great. We did well today, but it's more about what we're going to do next week and the week after. Yeah.
Sort of start 10-0 up. What happened from there through your eyes?
Well, I thought the first 30 minutes we obviously got off to a really good start. We had our most experienced side out there, and I thought they'd done a good job. When we're just trading set for set with the Sharks, I thought we looked very comfortable. Our tackle was clean, and we're finding it hard to get out of their own end. And then I think after they got the first try, then things started to unravel a little bit for us with, being offside off a kick-off. And so they finished the half with a whole heap of possession, which took some energy out of us. And then I thought the second half, we just didn't start with any sort of level of intensity that's required. I thought we were way off the pace. They obviously started hard. They probably got a bit of a rev at half-time, and they started nice and fast, and we didn't match that. It took us a while to try and calm them down. So, that's the lesson moving forward. I'll have a look at some of the personnel that was on during those periods, but we definitely dropped in intensity for sure.
How was it for you in the coach's box with your decision made now, Adam? Was it any different, or did you just drop straight back into...
Yeah, no different. Same as any other game. I want to, you're riding the highs and lows. I don't know if I was carrying on up there or not, but my will to, or my desire for these boys to perform well and win, that's still there for sure.
Dane, the way you guys started, was that a case of emotion, I guess, after the week that it being? That emotion should have shown the positivity of the first 20 minutes or so?
I don't think it was too much emotion. I think we understood, this element of getting off to a good start. Dragging into a ding-dong. They've obviously got a lot of players that can strike, especially with their forward pack that they got. Their outside backs get them off to a good start. So it was a real focus of us to get them down there, try to pin them in the corner. But I think the thing that hurt us in the end was a couple of penalties on tackle 3, even our last plays. We defend the whole set well, and then there might be a call that doesn't go our way, and then we're just making back-to-back sets. And obviously you can be as fit as you want, but when you're constantly doing that, it's gonna burn you in the end. But I'll take my hat off to our middles. They've done an outstanding job. I think Maney, our back row on the left edge, he had plenty of carries, plenty of work in the first half. Jacob Zafidi's always been awesome for us, and the effort never lacks with our team. It's just a few little areas. Just giving teams them piggybacks out of their own end, but I thought we started really well, and I thought our forward pack was awesome today.
Lots of positional changes compared to the team that came out earlier on the week. What's your assessment of some of the moves you made before kick-off today?
Yeah, I thought this guy needed to get him back in the front line defensively. And young Fletcher, mate, he's not a traditional halfback. You can see that our attack, which is, hasn't been very fluid all year, but he's not your, out the back of shape type fullback. It had to be an ugly power type looking contest, and that's what he gave us. And it's never through lack of trying with a young bloke like Fletcher. But it's just, the reality is that's where we're at. We're missing a whole heap of strike players, and we've just got to try and fill gaps where we can and try and be as creative with the lineup as we can. And we've got one more week to go to try and do that.
I'm glad you mentioned one more week. We'll see plenty more of you in the NRL in years going forward, but one more game in the short term as head coach. How do you feel about playing the final game of the season next Sunday afternoon?
I'm not thinking about it that way. I'm thinking now I've got that game to review and prepare for these boys to come in for. We prep just for like it's any other week, and there'll be plenty of time for me to reflect on all of that later on.
Do you use avoiding the spoon at all this week, Adam? Who knows what happens in the game to come this afternoon and next weekend before you play, but do you use that at all this week?
No, I don't want to even think about it, to tell you the truth. Yeah.
Dane, it's a bit of an end of an era next week. How important is it to end that era on a high note with a win?
Of an era?
Yeah.
Who?
Hey,
What do you mean by that?
Adam's leaving. It's the end of his era.
Oh yeah, well, like we said, I think everything he's done is he's always put everyone else before himself, and I guess that's why he's in the position that he's in as a head coach. Like I said from the start, he's always first one in, last one to leave. He's always trying to get better, trying to make us better. So I guess it's an end of a chapter, but I'm sure he'll be somewhere later in the future. Who knows if I'm still going playing up against him, but I don't know, that's probably too far down the track. I'll be too old by then.
I know you said it wasn't emotional at the start today, but what was this week like from a player's perspective? Because obviously there was plenty of noise for a few days that was going on. I know Adam spoke to you guys on Wednesday morning, but how was it from a player's perspective? And as a senior player, how did you have to, or captain, did you have to handle it all as a squad? Did you talk to him about how to handle it?
No, I think we've got a good group of guys, and obviously we knew that there was going to be a lot of people wanting to see how we went and how we reacted, but nothing's really changed in the sense of we're all professionals. We've got professional players, coaching staff and that, so obviously we'll deal with that when it comes, but we've still got another game of footy left, and we can't really be focusing too much on that. Finish the season strong, and then we'll deal with that when the season's over, but until then we still keep playing footy, and I think we've got one of the best fan bases in the game. Like I've been through 3 wooden spoons, and obviously we're not sitting in a good spot now, but they keep turning up for us. They make the trip down here to come support us, so it's up to us to make sure we go back, do what we need to do, so we can put in a performance next week to finish the season off strong.
Adam, what do you think of the Sharks? They're probably going to be in the top 4 or 5, something like that. Can they do a bit of damage in the finals, do you think?
Everyone that's in there at the end can do damage. They've got a healthy spine that they've managed to roll out all year. Got some speed in their outside backs, which you obviously need, and then got some experience in big middles. So it's a pretty good recipe to start with. Yeah.
Dane, what do you see as the Sharks', I won't say greatest element, but best parts headed towards the finals? And I'm asking you to comment on the opposition. Wouldn't normally do that, but given they're headed to the finals shortly, where do you think they might have an edge?
Obviously, like I said, their back 5 do a good job getting them out of trouble. Like I said, I thought the first 20-30 minutes we done a good job kicking the corners, pinning them down there, done a good job holding them there, but then you give them a little sniff, they started linking up with each other, a few line breaks out of the backfield, they get their sets going, and then you got players like Adam from Noah Blake and the forward pack that they've got, and I think their Brayley's been playing some awesome footy. He's a smart footy player, he's strong, he makes good decisions, and they got a lot of good players around the park, but I think their outside backs get them off to good starts.